talk about my 5-star reads. My 6-star book, Under the Whispering Door. That was the best book I've read in my entire life. It was so cute. It was romantic. It was funny. It was like had some fantasy. I think that book opened my horizons to read fantasy because it was so good. Next is Flock. Thank you, Megan. That was a really good book.
I am Speed.
I went through that book. It was so good. It was smutty. There's like a Robin Hood gang. 2 brothers. And the next book, there's a 3rd one. The next one I literally just finished. It's called Good Me, Bad Me. Her mom's a serial killer. And she gets put on trial and she has to live with a foster family. And she's like discovering who she is. And she's like, am I gonna be like my mom and am I a killer? Read it to find out. This book was crazy. I had to like look up the trigger warnings, and I would look up the trigger warnings because it was sad. Then we have to talk about our girl, Kristen Hanna. The Nightingale. I cannot wait for the Fanning sisters to recreate this book. Let's talk about my favorite author, Rachel Harrison. So thirsty. I don't want to tell you the plot of the book. I'll tell you a little bit of it. A girl goes with her friend to like a little retreat, and they go out one evening and meet some like strange hot people, and things get weird and things go down. This is a weird girl book, so that's all I'm gonna say. So the next one my husband picked out for me, we had like a little reading date day, and I picked out a book for him, he picked out a book for me, and it was I Who Have Never Known Men. I read that one sitting. It didn't have any like chapters in it, so I didn't want to put it down. I just read it as the whole chapters, like the book's one chapter. I feel like it gives dystopian vibes. I don't want to give anything away because it's just a crazy read. Just know it was a 5-star and you should read it. The next one by Rachel Harrison that I read is Black Sheep. And this girl goes home for her friend's wedding and she has to like go back on her past and kind of relive it. All I'm gonna say for this one is Colt. Another one by Kristen Hanna is The Four Winds. This was a really good book, but it was so depressing. Like, me and my husband read it and I was saying to myself, dang, is the main character ever going to get a break? The answer is no. She never did get a break. She lived the worst life ever. She had a little bit of happy moments here and there, but she had the worst time. But I loved the book. It was so well written. I love historical fiction. Ready Player One. First of all, I love the movie, but it does not compare to the book. I love a good sci-fi book. I'm sure you already know what Ready Player One is, but it's like pretty much VR, but like really realistic. It was amazing. I read that book so fast. Another one by Rachel Harrison is Cackle. This girl moves to a small town. She meets a witch.
Wicked Witch of the East, bro!
She meets a witch and she befriends her. And the town hates the witch, but they're all really nice to her. And you find out why. It's so good. Every Rachel Harrison book I've ever read is 5 stars. Which brings me to Play Nice. This is a haunted house book. This girl goes back home to her mom's funeral, and her mom lived in a house that she believed is haunted. And her mom left her and her sisters the house. And so the main character moves in and like redesigns everything to sell, and things go down. Things get scary. Then we have The House on the Cerulean Sea. The writing that he does is so amazing. Like I feel like I'm there when I'm reading the book. It's about like a social worker pretty much, and he goes to an orphanage and he's there trying to figure out if he is suitable to take care of these kids. But all these kids have like powers, like one's Lucifer's demon child. This book is just so good. It is such a good fantasy book. Next is Sunrise on the Reaping. Everybody knows about this. 5 stars, such a quick read. And I saw the trailer for the movie the other day and it's giving Midsommar vibes. And I love that movie. So I cannot wait for this movie to come out. It's gonna be so good. I can't wait to see Haymitch. Next is Great Alone. I fear this one might be a little bit better than The Nightingale, for me at least. It was such a sweet book. We have a girl that her dad just sucks, and they move to Alaska because he wants to like reinvent himself. And they get to Alaska and he's just like abusive towards his mom, towards the mom and her, and she makes a good friend there, and they're like in the bush country, the Alaskan bush. There's a school and there's like 10 kids in it. It was such a good book. The love story in it, it's unmatched. I loved it. And then we have Scythe and Sparrow. I love this series so much. This one was probably my favorite. I loved it. The Doctor, The Circus Girl, it was too much for me. The Killings, loved it. I have another one by Rachel Harrison, Such Sharp Teeth. This is a werewolf story. It's a weird girl book, and I'm not going to tell you anything about it because you just need to read it. My Dark Vanessa. This was a book club book. This was so sad. This is the saddest book I've ever read. It was so depressing. Like, reading this book, I wanted to go and save this girl and this pedo. And you're thinking through the book, oh, like, she's not going to go back to him. No, she does. So if you want a good cry, a good sad book, read it. Another one that we read for book club was The Grace Year. It was amazing. Like, it gave Hunger Games, dystopian, like, I don't know what year it was placed in, but I feel like it was like the 50s, describing like the clothes and the housewife duties. I mean, I don't know. It could just be in the future and they just reverted back to that time. But just know it was amazing. I feel like it was kind of a crazy book to be a YA book. There was a lot of blood. There was a lot of killing. Cannibalism. Next, we have the Fourth Wing series. I mean, what is there to say? Dragons, love, adventure. The whole series was great. I read those books as fast as I could, so I could talk to all my friends about it. Amazing. Which brings us to ACOTAR. I read the first book, 4-star, I hate Tamlin, tampon. Second book, amazing, 5 stars. We love Reese. We love him, and we would die for him. And then A Court of Wings and Ruin. That one was my favorite. It had a lot of war in it, a lot of adventure. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, so just read the books. I didn't even like fantasy until I read Fourth Wing and ACOTAR. So that's saying a lot. Like, I only strictly read historical fiction and horror. Another one that I really loved was Zom Rom-Com. I'm actually having my husband read it right now because I loved it so much. It was just a cute little, like, zombie story. I loved it. It was so good. There's a twist in the story. There's vampires. There's fae. Like, all the magical creatures you can think of, they were in the book. It has a plus-size baddie in it. And you know what I loved about this book? Is that she was plus-size, but she didn't care that she was plus-size. She wasn't like, I'm so fat and ugly. She was like completely just herself, and she didn't care. Like, it didn't even like mention in the book like, oh, like, I'm fat, like, I'm really self-conscious. She didn't give a shit. That's why I liked it. And it was just a really good story. I just loved it. And the last one I'm going to be talking about is The Bad Wife. It's just about her having postpartum depression and how they treated postpartum depression in the 50s, if you know what I mean. And that's all I want to say about that book, because I feel like you just need to read it. It is a little triggering, so definitely look up the trigger warnings before reading that book. So those were my 5-star reads. Tell me down below what your 5-star reads are so that I can read them as well. I need to read 120 books next year. I read 138 this year, so I've been reading a lot. But I think I'm going to try to read 120 next year. Tell me what your reading goals are down below.